Before the Trump meme coins, before the Trump Bibles, before the Trump gold sneakers, there was Trump steak and Trump vodka, Trump water, Trump University, Trump Airlines, Trump Mortgage, apparently. Each one launched with ridiculous amounts of fanfare. Each one went bankrupt. And in the case of Trump University, was sued and had to pay $25 million. What's different now is that Donald is in the Oval Office. So not only does selling products violate the Emoluments Clause, it also gives him a massive platform from which to sell his products, which in turn constitutes an unfair advantage. It's also highly unusual. The number of retail goods all previous presidents combined marketed to the American people is zero. And yet, the Center for American Progress has built a real-time tracker called Trump's Take that documents every dollar Donald earns from the presidency as it happens. Donald's financial disclosure ran 234 pages. Biden's 2024 disclosure was 11 pages and consisted largely of conventional bank and retirement accounts. Here is what a sitting president of the United States of America has for sale. Every dollar figure listed here comes directly from Donald's own federal financial disclosures filed with the Office of Government Ethics. Watches, $2.8 million. The watches are operated under a license agreement with a company called The Best Watches on Earth, LLC. I'm guessing Patek Philippe would have something to say about that. And it's registered in Wyoming. CNN investigated the quote-unquote Swiss-made claim and traced the operation to a small Wyoming city. Then there are the golden shoes and cologne, oddly enough, which have brought in $2.5 million. One day after a New York judge ordered Donald to pay $355 million in civil fraud penalties, Donald appeared at SneakerCon in Philadelphia to launch a line of gold high-top sneakers called the Never Surrender High Top. He also sells Victory 47 cologne for $99. I do not want to know what that smells like. Then there's the Trump Bible, which has brought in $1.3 million. An AP investigation found approximately 120,000 copies were shipped from a printer in Hangzhou. It's in China. Religious books are exempt from tariffs on Chinese imports, meaning this Bible specifically benefits from that exemption while Donald wages a trade war against the country printing it. There's a $1 million guitar, which makes no sense to me whatsoever. Then a coffee table book. Wow. That's kind of all I have to say about that. And then there are the digital trading cards, which have brought in $77 million and counting. This was beginning in December 2022. Donald launched a series of digital trading cards, otherwise known as NFTs, non-fungible tokens, at $99 each, featuring images of himself as a superhero, an astronaut, a cowboy, and a race car driver, all things he is not and never possibly could be. Top buyers were offered golf rounds and private dinners with Donald at Mar-a-Lago. Love to know if any of that ever happened. Why would I possibly question that? Well, here's why. On June 16th, 2025, which was the 10th anniversary of Donald's first presidential campaign announcement, Donnie and Eric appeared at Trump Tower to launch Trump Mobile. The product, the T1 phone, a gold Android retailing at $499, marketed as a patriotic alternative to Apple and Samsung, whatever that means, billed as being, quote, made in the USA, unquote. A monthly service plan called the 47 plan would run the customer $47.45 per month, because that's clever. So how is this all going?
Hey, Trump supporter here. This goes out to Don Jr. and Eric. Where the is my phones? I ordered 4 gold Trump phones in the summer. Told they're going to be the best. Talked my son into ordering some. We heard they're going to come out in September. Yeah, we can wait. September rolls around. No, it's going to be November. November, no, it's going to be the end of the year. They actually stopped taking orders for them in November. Now we can't get any updates on them. But 590,000 people buying a phone at $500 or $600 each. Add that up. Just the down payments of $100 is 60 million. Give me my phones or give me my money back.
That's right. As of May 2026, not a single customer who put down that $100 deposit has received the phone. Back in August of last year, NBC News placed a deposit and called Trump Mobile support line 5 times between September and November of 2025 after receiving no updates from the company. Representatives told the outlet the phone would ship November 13th, and then they were told December, then sometime in the first quarter of 2026. We're past that point now. Journalist Joseph Cox of 404 Media attempted to place a deposit and found his card charged the wrong amount. No shipping address was ever collected, and delivery notifications promised in a confirmation email never came. He called it the worst experience he's ever faced buying a consumer electronic product. The Trump Mobile website's terms and conditions state that estimated ship dates and launch timelines are non-binding estimates only. I guess we could say they're aspirational. And the Trump Mobile does not guarantee the device will be commercially released, that regulatory approvals will be obtained, or that production will commence or continue if it has commenced, which we don't know. In April of 2026, Trump Mobile revised the terms of service to state that paying a deposit does not constitute a completed purchase and therefore does not create a binding legal contract. The quote, made in the USA, unquote, marketing language was scrubbed from the website shortly after launch, and the phone is widely reported to be a rebranded budget Android device made in China, but representative somehow of American patriotism. 3 days before Donald's second inauguration, he launched a cryptocurrency called, then this is innovative and original, Trump. It reached a market capitalization of approximately $15 billion within 24 hours. 2 days later, Melania, who you probably aren't aware is a cryptocurrency expert, launched her own. Donald's family controls World Liberty Financial, a decentralized finance platform, and a fund linked to the Abu Dhabi government invested $500 million in it for no reason at all, except apparently they really believe in Donald's cryptocurrency. Donald's 2024 disclosure confirmed $57.3 million in income from World Liberty Financial alone. Senator Chris Van Hollen breaks the stark reality of this monumental grift down here.
Today, I want to zero in on just one piece of it here at home, and that is the Trump and Melania meme coins. These are the coins that Trump sold to retail investors, and he's pocketed hundreds of millions of dollars from those sales, even as retail investors have lost billions on the Trump and Melania meme coins. And here's the catch. Whether the value of these coins goes up or down, Trump makes money. In other words, the value of it could collapse entirely, but it's the trades. And so what Donald Trump's been doing is trying to pump trades, because every time a trade is made, Donald Trump pockets a little bit of your money. He's won hundreds of millions of dollars, even as people who trusted in him have lost billions.
And that's the way it's always been. Donald's corruption is well documented and has been for decades now. No matter how many bankruptcies he declared, it was his investors who always lost money. He always came out on top. A quick note, please like and share this video. And don't forget to subscribe to the Mary Trump Media channel so you don't miss anything that's coming next. Currently, one of his most outrageous and lucrative schemes has been his personal meme coin. Since its launch, Donald has made over $200 million from it, while those everyday Americans who have invested in it because for reasons that surpass understanding, they continue to trust him and continue to believe that investing in him and his products is a good idea, have lost billions. The agency responsible for investigating these kinds of grifts released its inquiry shortly after Donald took office. Chain analysis found 764,000 retail wallets lost money on the Trump coin, while 58 wallets, 58, made over $10 million each. Reuters estimated the Trump organization earned $802 million from crypto in the first half of 2025 alone. Openly selling branded consumer products is not something presidents of the United States should be doing. Presidents of the United States should not be allowed to continue to run private companies that benefit from his presidency. There is just too much room for grift, for theft from the American people, and for undue influence. Because if you don't think foreign actors are getting involved in these investments, you would be wrong. And that leaves Donald open to corrupt influence and potentially bribery. Citizens for Ethics and Responsibility in Washington called the operation an unprecedented monetization of the presidency, which it is. And quite frankly, other than trying to stay out of prison, the only other reason Donald wanted to get back into the Oval Office was so that he could rob us blind. Everything for him is transactional. The only value is in the being president is the value it affords him. And it turns out that thanks to 78 million deeply misguided Americans, the presidency is truly the only lucrative job Donald has ever had. Well, let me put it another way. It's the only job in which he has made enough money that even he can't squander all of it. Merchandise royalties alone exceeded $10 million in 2024. Forbes estimated Donald's net worth at $6.5 billion as of February 2026, which is significantly more than he was worth before getting back into the White House. This is all illegal. It is all unconstitutional. So, can we blame Donald for taking advantage of the fact that his party won't hold him accountable? Absolutely. But most of the blame should be put at the doorstep of the elected Republicans in Congress who have absolutely no problem with the fact that the President of the United States is a thief. Please take a second to like and share the video. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to the Mary Trump Media channel. Thanks for watching.